Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Snick 500, another DCS video, and we enter week 3 with me not having a throttle. So we're still working on combined arms. And Ghost is back helping us. Now, before we get completely started here, I fully well know that you guys are probably not going to watch the entire 30-minute video we did last week about just controls for combined arms. Totally get it. But if you get stuck, feel free to go back and watch. We started top to bottom, so if you're trying to figure out what's your setting that isn't working right, you can follow us along there and skip down to something that you're actually stuck with. That being said, Ghost is in this thing. I don't know what this thing is. It looks big, ugly, and it looks like it floats. Is that right, Ghost?
Yes.
Okay, haha! See, I'm learning things, because I'm an idiot when it comes to this. I can tell you about the Hind up there flying around. I can tell you about the MiGs flying around. There's like 5 tanks in the world that I know, and I see one here that I know, but we'll get to that in a minute. Before we get started, how you get into a tank. I'm going to hit the F10 menu to bring us back to the map. To choose your slot in a tank, it's different than an aircraft because they're already on the map. What you do is you come out here, and I'm going to select role. Right now I'm a spectator, but I want to choose the blue coalition, just like you normally would or the red coalition, as the case may be, and you hit join. Now you're going to pick, there's game masters, there's JTAC operators, and there's observers. Think of the game masters, the combination of both of them, where you can observe and you can control vehicles. The JTAC operator controls the tank. In this case, they're all game masters, so we have complete control of all of these vehicles for what we need to do. Before I take one over, though, I'm going to go ahead and select one. So now that you can see my name, just like it always is on any other aircraft in a multiplayer server, this right here, this guy with the Stinger, this FIM-92 Stinger 3 guy, you see that 1 next to his name? I want you, because this is how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to treat that. If I see a 1 on a vehicle's name or a guy's name, in which case that's what that is, I am not touching him at all. He is in charge of all of the AI on your side. If you move him, if you change his orders, if you do anything along those lines, you're going to break the coding for that mission. So you're thinking, cool, let me jump into this guy real quick, run around real quick, fire off his Stinger, and I'll jump out of him, he'll be fine. He won't be, and then somebody has to baby him all the way through, and then the rest of the AI through any mission that you're making. So be very careful with that number 1 next to the Stinger. That about cover all of that, Ghost, before we continue?
Yes.
Perfect! I learned something! Again, guys, I was an idiot, and I still am in all of this, but I'm getting better, and I hope you are too. Second thing, so I have selected Game Master and my name and hit Briefing, and I hit Fly just like you do in any other aircraft. But in this case, we are going to be looking at the radar locking anti-air vehicles in DCS. And in that case, it's the SA-8, the SA-15, the Roland, and the HQ7 Tellar HQ74 thing. These 4 here and these 4 here. And Ghost is in an SA-8, and I can tell when I click on the SA-8, down here where the call sign is, it says ground 5-28. Yes, ground 5-28. That's the name of the vehicle in the mission editor. And if you've done anything with mission editor, you know that they get some really weird names pretty quickly. You'll see next to it, it says Ghost 2. That's Ghost sitting in that vehicle right now. He's already piloting it. So if I'm going to pick the other SA-8, I'm going to click on it now, and there's nobody in it. The name has even changed. It's now 5-27. At this point, you come up here at the top of the screen, and you click that little tank icon that says Unit Take Control, and magically I'm inside the tank or the ground vehicle or whatever it is. For the purposes of the rest of this vehicle, everything here is a tank. If I say a tank and I jump into a Humvee, I realize a Humvee is not a tank. Work with me here. This is Armor 101 for Dummies. I'm the dummy. So, I'm going to jump back out into the third-person view so you guys can kind of see this a little bit. And it's the same vehicle that Ghost was just in. Am I pointing the other direction, or did you turn around? Nope, we're
You
good.
start in that direction.
So we start backwards. I feel like that's good to
Yes.
know. All right, so I'm going to
All
move.
Russian stuff.
Starts
All
backwards?
Russian stuff starts backwards.
So we're in a Russian tank. I didn't even know. I mean, I probably should have. But, again, I'm an idiot. Now, this is a rocket locking system. And
Missile
we've got...
locking system.
We have six missiles to fire at things. Right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now what we need to do, right, is we take our cursor, and we've got these Hinds over here, and we've got some jets flying around.
Yes. So
This would probably be better to shoot at the Hinds right now.
yes, but
Okay.
we can do it one of two ways. We can do it with our cursor like this, or we can do the right control F10 like this and assume and hope it works. Which would you like to do first?
Well, that's the right control and 10 is the radar screen, and I've got 2 blips on the radar screen right now. And when I hit F1 again, I'm back in regular first-person view. Let's do first-person view first, and then we'll do radar locking. So I put my cursor over the guy, and I hit enter.
I'm shooting at the guy that's longest.
Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to right. Which one are you locking?
The fourth run from the front.
So from left to right, you're number 4. Okay, so you're locking that guy. I will lock the guy behind him. So I'm locking the guy in trail. And now I see on the bottom left hand it says acquiring target in 14 seconds on mine.
That's one of the downsides of this. It has a somewhat decent range, but it takes 22 seconds to lock a target.
Okay. So when you're locked, you'll fire. And that looked cool. And
it misses.
And you miss. I will fire mine now. Do I have to keep the cursor inside the lock area? Hey, I hit him. And he's going down. No, I did. My guy's going down.
No. You do not have to keep the cursor in. It's just he's notching mine.
Got it. So once you lock and you fire, you don't have to keep him in the screen anymore. So I got the next guy behind him now. I wait the next 15 seconds.
Yeah, but we want targets for other people. So
Right. I'm gonna lock him up and then pull off of him so that
and he'll still be locked.
So I'm still locked. I can fire from here and it'll still launch.
Yes, I would recommend leading your target so that way it doesn't have to pull.
Right, just like anything else that we do.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't want to be over here pointing this way so that the missile isn't having to arc that hard. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay. So to unlock a target, I need briefing. Fly. I jumped out of the vehicle. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So to unlock a target, I go to adjust controls, and I'm going to type in lock here so I can remind myself how to do it, and it's backspace. So at this point, I'm going to put my cursor over this guy and hit enter. When it gets locked, I will hit backspace, and he will no longer be locked. Waiting for my 80-second lock time.
23 seconds.
And locked. He's flying away. I hit backspace, and he's unlocked. That seems pretty simple enough, Ghost.
Yep.
Okay. So that's this big monster missile throwing thing. Okay, what's the next one we're going to look at?
The Tor.
The Tor, which is the
SA-15.
SA-15.
So the SA-15 is Russian codename's Tor, the NATO codename's Gauntlet.
Okay, so we're going to click on the SA-15, and we're going to click the tank. I don't have to back all the way out to select a new aircraft. Like you do an aircraft, you can just go to the F10 map and hit it. Okay. Whoa. This thing takes a minute to let you in.
So this time we're going to use the radar screen, unless you already did that.
No, I did not. So radar screen, right control and F10.
Yep. And then the range is good for deconfliction. So if you're at your maximum range, you just see one person.
Right, and now that I see 10, if I go maximum range 10, I've got like 6 targets, basically, it looks like.
Yes.
Okay. So now, on this screen...
So, I'm going to tell you, and then you can tell your audience.
Right.
And you just broke my lock. Anyways, so over here is the radar screen. So it tells you your target, and if you're special, you can press I and it'll tell you what it is, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Altitude, very important. Distance, also very important. Azimuth, yeah. And then time to target, which is
how long before you're able to shoot it, right? Or how long the missile is getting to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ammunition, very important.
In this case, we're using 9M331.
Yes.
Is there separate ammunition on this vehicle?
In the future, yes. Right now, no.
Not currently. Okay. We're only talking about right now. Okay, so now I'm guessing I click on the radar screen on a guy?
Yes.
Okay.
And now you get some more symbology over here on the left-hand side, which is range, again, for deconfliction. Emission, if you see a harm on the radar screen, or you know that there's a harm on the radar screen, you just click it, and it turns off the radar, and then you have to move.
Oh, you're talking the harm missiles being fired at us?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we're on the receiving end.
Right. Normally we're on the other end of those.
Yes.
Okay, good to know. But they
lock
show up. How do we?
range.
Yes. How do we turn off the radar? Do we hit I?
No, you just press emission. You just press the big thing that says emission.
Pick the and then we turn off the radar. We jump in the driver's seat and haul ass.
Yes.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about that right now because it's just us here.
I'm going to fire first, and then I'm going to tell you. So I'm in. These 2 green boxes are now lit up, so I have a lock and it's in range. So I'm going to fire. Now, I just lost the lock, but now there's a little blue dot.
Oh, you went
That's
that
my
way.
Missile.
Yeah, I see the little thing. Yeah, and you missed.
No, I didn't.
One. You didn't miss, but it looks like you missed. Oh, because he just peeled off. Okay, I get it now.
Yes.
Okay, so now I click on these guys.
Yep, so now you try.
All right, so let me do this for Ghosty here. All right, so give it a second. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this guy over here on the left. And he's not locked and he's not in range. Now he's both.
Give me a second.
Because both things are lit. And I can hit fire.
Yes, however, sometimes that glitches. And right now you're technically in range. If you're within 10 kilometers, you're in range of the Tor.
And that is distance here of 2,600 feet, or whatever it is.
Yes.
All right.
So you're well within range.
Yeah. Fire. And then go to F1.
And now, yep.
And splash
and
a MiG-21B.
Once you fire a missile, you'll see like a little blue or a little green dot. That's your missile, and you can watch it on the radar.
Yeah.
Enemy missiles, such as AIM-120s, HARMs, bombs, will also appear as a green dot, and they'll be coming at you.
Right. Those are different.
Yes, so that's how you know to get out of dodge.
That's what we want to avoid.
Yes.
Those are what we like to call not fun to deal with. Okay, so that's these two. Now we want to go F10 And we want to go look at the Roland, right?
Yes.
All right, we hit the Roland, and we hit the tank, and we are now in the Roland. This does not look
So-
like a Soviet vehicle.
No, this is French and German, but mainly French.
Do we have to eat a
It
baguette?
has... No.
Okay. I'm just checking.
The
I don't know the
Roland-
rules.
The Roland is unique.
Oh.
Instead of having all of its missiles available at any given time, it can only fire 2 at a time.
And then it reloads.
Yes, via a revolving cylinder that will...
That
you
thing
will
behind us?
Show. Yes.
Okay.
You'll show it. It'll do a cool animation.
Oh, I like a cool animation.
So, you may fire when ready. I'm going to try to get the hinds.
All right. You're going to... Which hind? You're going to go after all 3 of them?
The back one.
Okay. I will go after the first one then. So I get my cursor over it and hit enter. And this has got a less than that, a 10-second lock time.
It's 11 and a half, 12.
And by the
Close
time I
enough.
looked at it, it was 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm locked and fire. And I hit. But no kill. Because it's a hind. And now they feel like they're way too far away to shoot at. Is that right?
No. You have 5 kilometers of range.
Oh,
You
okay.
technically have 10 kilometers of range, but you can shoot it.
Okay, so now I'm going to lock them again.
10 is being optimistic.
Sure. And we're locked and fire. Not firing. Fire now. Not firing. Why are we not firing? There we go.
Sometimes it takes a second.
Okay. And a hit. And
So
it looks
now-
like that guy's going down.
Yep. See if you remember what your reload button is.
It is right control and R. Or left control and R. Okay.
No, it doesn't do the cool animation. Boo. So, the missile launchers are on arms, and the arms will go down into the base, and then pick them up,
Uh-huh.
and pick up the new missiles, and then
Oh.
lift them back
Oh, they're
up.
in those like those tray things on the sides.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. I wish we could see
But
that. But it doesn't do it here.
Yeah. No.
All right, cool. So that does this have a radar as well? I'm guessing it does.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna lock this guy. Why do I feel like I just fired, or did you just fire?
I just did it and missed, because
Okay.
why not?
Okay, so there, I've got one of these guys clicked on. I'm gonna deconflict down to 5 nautical miles. I've got double green.
Kilometers.
I can hit 5 kilometers. It does say kilometers, doesn't it? Okay, cool. 5 kilometers. I can hit the fire button and I can watch it here, and he'll shoot at one of those 2 guys over there. But at this point, I want to save the targets. But that's how that works. All right, cool. One more to look at. F10. We click on the HQ7 Tellar, or the HQ74, and hit the tank button, and it looks like this. This looks like it belongs next to a radar station.
Yes, it's kind of like the SA-11 where it can work by itself, but it's better with a not.
With a group of friends.
Yes.
Okay, so
So,
I also feel
this-
like it's got a longer range than the other ones do, except for the
It
first
has
one.
about a 12.
Okay.
So, this one, drawbacks first, and then
Sure.
not drawbacks.
Shorter-
It takes...
A shorter lock range. A shorter lock
yes,
time.
it takes 7.5 seconds to lock a target. The missiles, and okay, so now we're going to do a reverse, because now we're going to do benefits instead of not
Okay.
benefits. It's a very fast missile. Very fast missile.
Oh, good. So we should take out the jets with it then.
Yes.
Okay.
So you may lock and then fire when ready.
Well, I gotta find him again. Hang on.
This one does have a radar
there we
screen,
are.
by the way.
Yeah. I just want to get one locked up again. So there we go. T. There's our jets. Go into that one. Lead guy, hit enter. How long do I have to keep my cursor in the area, or just be in the neighborhood of?
Until you lock it.
And it's locked, and fire. And I think he dodged it, didn't he? Or he's going to try. And he did not. Ha ha, I win. Again, this is a training mission. I'm supposed to win. Okay, so cool. That's that.
So, drawbacks are it only has four missiles.
Right.
And it takes a literal day to reload.
So wasting 2 missiles on 1 jet, not ideal.
Not ideal.
Where are the missiles coming from? Neptune?
Explain.
Like that it takes them that long to get here.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Probably coming from China.
Okay, so it's a tariff thing. Totally get it. So now we're gonna go to the F10 menu. Not the F10 menu, the control F10 menu, which is the radar menu. I've got 3 guys on my radar screen. I'm gonna click on the guy on the left. I am waiting for lock. I'm going to go down to range. And this time I'll show it from inside. Why do I feel like we're not locking?
Because you have the glitch that I had. That for whatever reason it doesn't like locking. This is something that can happen. Sometimes it just doesn't want to lock.
Okay, so no matter what I'm going to do here,
correct,
the radar is going to move
manually.
around. Okay, so we go back to F1 to get to the outside, hit T to get to the inside.
The only way I found that you can fix it is by getting out of the vehicle.
And getting a new one?
Getting back in. No, getting back in.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to lock up this hind. Keep in the neighborhood of. We're good. Lead him off, and fire. Hind is destroyed. All right, that covers all of the radar locking missile vehicles that we can use in DCS. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
For now.
Well, you're right, because your CH is about to release a whole bunch of new vehicles, we think.
We hope.
Well, yeah, because he's really good at this stuff. And we'll have more to play with. I don't know that we will do a new video over that, guys, but I hope this helps you get started with your combined arms. Next time we get together, we'll do heat-sinking missiles and shows like 4 of those tanks. What do you think, Ghost? Think that's a good idea?
Yeah, there's only 4 of them, so.
Oh, there's only 4 of them. Oh, that makes it even easier. So we'll do that next time, guys. Snick 500, we're going through combined arms while I don't have a throttle. Shipping is fun, guys. I'll see you in the next one.